This is Michael ONKST from over Beyond Lucid. In this video, I want to provide you an overview of our report analytics module. So let's get logged on. Now, to access report analytics module, you need to have the Manage Records Workflow button enabled as a privilege for your account. So we'll click on that. And then next, you need to have the Report Analytics tab enabled as a privilege for your account as well, which can be found here. A report selection can range from operational to clinical to finance and to so on. We have personnel reports in here, and much more. So there's information in here for the EMS chiefs to the medical directors in an easy-to-use interface. As well as if your agency needs a report that isn't here, no problem. Just let us know and we can start the process of getting that report added for you. I believe probably one of the most powerful features of our report analytics module is the ability to define the criteria that you need for your report. Everything down below here are filters and parameters that will allow you to define the criteria for your report, from date range to record status. We have types of service, patient dispositions, transport modes, call types, cardiac arrest, possible injury, review conditions, patient age, shift details, call signs, crew members, incident facilities, destination facilities, districts, you name it, it's in here. Now let's jump into a few reports themselves and we'll review some of the features of what all you can do with this data both online as well as offline. Now keep in mind that this report data is demo data, but I'm going to sample some of these reports and give you some ideas on how they can be used. There are many that you could choose from, and there are a few that I want to point out that will be useful in day-to-day operations as well as utilization review and QA. The first one I want to show you is the audit trail. Now this is one of my favorites for when I need to see details on who completed the EPCR of who did what. You'll need an EPCR number for when conducting this report, and then you'll put that over here on the left-hand side. But if you want to understand specifics on what all has been done in the EPCR, this is a perfect report for that. And because you can sort and group by specific column headers, you can now see the specifics within groups. For example, if I click on the data points, and then now I put that in a sort order, you can see all the temperatures are together. And then what you can do is scroll down and then just use this to investigate with. And then note over on the left-hand side, the user is who actually put in that data into the EPCR. So if you have a policy within your agency that you only have one clinical author, it's extremely easy to investigate to see if that policy has been violated or not, just by scrolling down to make sure that the only person that shows up on the left-hand side in this particular example is Michael. The next one I want to show you is the destination and reason report. This provides a good utilization review report where you can see a report to understand exactly why the patient was taken to one facility versus the other. As this gives you the destination facility, the reason why they were transported there, and again, you can resize your columns to give you more details in that in case some of it's cut off in the end. That's extremely helpful. And as well as you can grab the window size and also shorten or lengthen that to give you more information within your grid as well. And then you have the EPCR number over on the left-hand side that you can use to go in and investigate with if you see something curious and you want to take a look at it closer. The next report I want to show you is the community paramedicine report. And we're going to look at the follow-ups report here that I've ran. You know, in this fast-growing world of community paramedicine, you know, leadership can run reports to show various things to kind of evaluate quality. And this is a patient follow-up report which lets the user know how many follow-ups the patient's received over a period of time. Now, keep in mind, this is demo data we're using, so these patients are not real patients. But as you can see here, if you look over across the top, you can see the number of visits and where those visits kind of fall in these various categories here. So this is a good report in the community paramedicine world. One of many that could be ran there. The next report is records by incident address. This is an example of a report that would tell the director or chief where we have our frequent flyers, because this report identifies how many times we've been back to the same address, which could be useful, especially in the cases where we're dealing with frequent flyers. Next is a medications administered report inside the intervention section. Now, this might be a quick report that the medical director might run to see what medications were used in the field over a given period, maybe prior to his or her monthly on-site QA staff meeting with all of the EMTs and paramedics. Now, because the PCR number is present in this grid, it's easy to take that and look up this transport for a quick review. And then last but not least, you have the medical summary report. And it's another good one that could interest the medical director to identify what skills were performed by his or her paramedics and EMTs in the field, which could certainly promote some good discussion during QA. This report tool has some features to it that are useful, especially when you're dealing with different monitor resolutions. First, your window can be resized just by grabbing and then pulling from left to right with your mouse. The columns can also be resized by going up to the column header and then dragging either left to right there as well. And then any of the columns will allow you to click on them, which will order the results in that column either in alphabetical or reverse alphabetical. And you could do that also on the numeric side here as well, where you can see everything going from 0 to 10 or from 10 to 0, whatever your results actually show. And I know that many people enjoy the flexibility of working inside of Excel and getting the data offline. Sometimes you'll need this for reports and specific Gantt charts and things that you put together, pivot tables and so forth. And depending on what you're trying to do, definitely pushing this into an Excel spreadsheet is easy. You just run your report, click Save Data to Excel, and then you'll name the file what you want to name it. And then once you've done this, then essentially you can open it up locally on your computer, and then this will give you the data there, and then you can go in and use the tools inside of Excel and throw your filters on everything, do whatever you need to do there to do your research and or your reports or whatever the case may be. Now, the sample size of reports that I showed you here accompany a number of them we did not even look at. But they are here for your discovery and review, and I would just encourage you to take some time and explore this page. And again, let us know if your agency uses a report you don't see here. We'd be very happy to explore the possibility of getting that added for you. And if you have other questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out to us by sending us an email at support@beyondlucid.com. Thank you.